welcome back. I have got some parcels. I have 2 of them. So I figured, ooh, I would see what's inside. All right. Let's get my handy dandy scissors. So, okay, because we know that I always talk in story time type things. Like you get me talking whenever I open things. I don't actually know when this deck comes out. I could not find conclusive information online. It can't seem to decide when this deck is coming out. Some places say that it came out in November, and some people say it's coming out in like January 2022. I have no idea, but I ordered it and it arrived. So we are going to look at it. I'm super excited for this. I was actually looking at a couple different Oracle decks that had like an ancestor theme, and I wasn't even gonna get this one, and then suddenly it was like, this is the one. So we have Messages from the Ancestors Oracle cards by Dr. Stephen Farmer. It's not a Hay House deck, but it feels like a Hay House box. So yeah, so your lineage reaches back to the very dawn of human existence, and all ancestor spirits, whether primordial, prehistoric, or archetypal, have gifts to share. Now, in this beautiful set of 44 oracle cards, Dr. Stephen Farmer has given you the keys to tapping into this community of wisdom keepers, allowing you to uncover the answers to life's questions in the light of their collective experience and insight. The accompanying guidebook offers easy-to-follow instructions and in-depth descriptions of each ancestor card, as well as direct messages from these powerful teachers. With these cards as your guides, you can begin to cultivate a greater awareness of your relationship with those who have come before and connect with their enduring teachings. So Hierophant Publishing is who it is made by. So yeah, let's just dig into it. Just basic blue box. We like it though, it's nice and strong. Alright, so to start us off, we have, oh, I like that with the, you can't see it yet, but, oh, that's so funny, there's 2 of them. Okay, so they're fairly thin, but that's okay. I love the handprint, that's what I was saying. Oh, there's a little marking, that's okay. I'm loving the handprint on the bottom. Okay, so pretty thick guidebook. Ooh, this is cool. Okay. So he has a lot of previous publishings, as well as decks. Dedicated to the multitudes of beings who have come before us and all those beings who follow. I love that. Okay, so we've got Working with Messages from the Ancestors Oracle. And then you've got the expanded meanings of the cards. So you've got Master Ancestor DNA, and then you've got Primordial Ancestors, so that's like celestial, earth, fire, air, water. Then you've got the Prehistoric Ancestors, the Archetypal Ancestors. Oh, super cool. I love how that is made up, and then it says like, who are your ancestors, why connect to your ancestors, then it goes into the cards. Master Ancestor DNA, Primordial Ancestors, Prehistoric, Archetypal, how to use the cards. So that was like a preview of what each of them mean, like the sections. Storing your cards, preparing your cards, performing a reading. Then you've got Contemplate, Landscapes. These are different spreads, Timeline Cross, Relationship. Cool, and then the expanded meanings. So then it goes through, everything comes up with, so you've got grandmother, you've got Grace. Also, that is super funny because my grandmother's name is Grace. Like, I know it's the archetype of like the energy or frequency of Grace, but I just find that really funny that I opened to grandmother and it's Grace, and my grandmother has been talking to me. My ancestor who talks to me lately is my grandmother whose name is Grace. And then, so there's a message. Yeah, and then there's a little extra little awareness there. So that's super cool. Okay, and it just goes all the way through for all the cards. I'm excited. Again, I got these to connect in with my ancestors and work and use in my ancestor work, so this is exciting. So they're very thin, but they're not, I don't think they're gonna, I don't think they're gonna give you a paper cut, but they kind of might. They're thinner than Hay House cardstock. I will say that. They're very like, if you have like the very, very thin like tarot cards, that's kind of what this vibe is. Like it's a very, very thin card. Okay. Interesting artwork right off the bat. So this is interesting too. So anytime I don't love like a card or something like that, I always will treat it as like I need to work with this more, or like why is that artwork bothering me? But this artwork is giving me very much like I'm like not sure I'm loving it right now, which means that usually if I was going through this by myself, I would like pop this one off to the side and like focus on it later. So we have actor, performer. And then funnily enough, this artwork, I absolutely love this artwork. I'm like, this is gorgeous. So then we have air and breathe. So we've got our keyword up in the corner and we've got our main word down at the bottom. I love this artwork for this one. Yeah, this one makes me feel like, oh, this one makes me feel good too. So it's interesting that that first one had such a strong negative reaction from me. So we've got animal instinct. We've got artisan, craftsmanship. Again, all of these so far, I'm like, oh, I really like that. We've got artist, creativity. We've got caregiver, support. We've got celestial, boundless. We've got communicator, messages. This artwork I absolutely love as well. This is really beautiful. Dancer, movement. Master, ancestor, DNA, adaptation. Earth, life giver. I really like this one too. Explorer, adventure. Father, authority. Fire, passion. Gardener, cultivation. Grandfather, presence. Grandmother, grace. So funny, I saw chickadees this morning. Healer, compassion. Hero, courage. Inspiration, Holy One. Hunter, tracking. Innocent, purity. Inventor, ingenuity. Lover, love. I really like this artwork. Magician, conjuring. This actually, for whatever reason, this one's making me like, I'm like, I vibe with this. Like, this is very like, I don't know, I literally feel like I'm vibrating looking at this picture. Mentor, coach. Mineral, solidness. Moon, cycles. Mother, nurturing. Musician, sound. Peacekeeper, serenity. Plant, seedling. Or seeding. So it's not seedling, it's seeding. Rebel, free spirit. Rhythm maker, tempo. Ruler, leadership. I love this one as well. Shadow, darkness. I'm vibing with this. I like that too. Shaman, spirit guide. Love the little hummingbird. Singer, voice. Funnily enough, this is, I'm like, I don't like this card. But again, this would be one that I would put aside and work through why is it bothering me. And I actually know because I'm working on, there's a lot of stuff coming up lately about my voice and speaking my voice and singing and sound and frequency. So it's sort of, to me, it's standing out and saying like, hey, this is still an area to be worked on. Ooh, I love this one. Storyteller, imagination. I freaking love this one. That's super cute. I love that. Okay. Teacher, knowledge, also getting really, really, like, this is getting a really positive reaction from me. I really like that one. Tree, balance, again, really beautiful reaction from me just now. Warrior, boundaries. I like this one too. Cool, cool. This one's, yeah, okay. Water, flow. And writer, words. Interesting. This one I don't love as much because it looks like he's not happy to be writing. And writer for me is such a beautiful, happy part of my life that I'm like, no, that's the wrong vibe. But again, why do I feel like that's the wrong vibe? So, anyways, those are all 44. Completely different vibe than, I feel like any other deck that I have. But I could be wrong. But gives me, I think it's all by the same artist, or maybe it's all different artists. Okay, thank you. So, the illustrators are different. Okay, I wasn't sure. So all the illustrations are listed in the back, and that is why they look so different, is because, yeah, they're mismatched. They don't really have that cohesive artwork of being from the same artist. They each come from, it's artwork from other people. Like, it's all different artists creating these images, which I don't love, but I don't mind. Like, it's not, normally I like my artwork very, very cohesive, but in this sense, I'm okay with the imaging being different. And like, as I was going through, I was like, oh, I like this one, I don't like this one, I like this one, I don't like this one. Like, it was like, you saw me going through and having my different reactions. And I feel like that's, like this one, I'm not crazy about this one. For whatever reason, it's not really vibing me. Nothing against the artist or who created it. It was just giving me that sort of, I wasn't loving the vibe of it. But again, I always like to then dive in of like, why was that one, like with this one, why am I vibing with it? Why am I vibing with this one, but I'm not so much vibing with the other one? So it's like, that's where I show that I need, that there's some work behind it. And then some of them I was just kind of like neutral, like, and I'm not, like, some of those I actually really like, but it's sort of that funny thing of like, I don't know, do you like your decks to be all by the same artist so that they're very, very cohesive in what they look like? Or are you okay with them being mismatched? Like, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know, was there any that you were like, ooh, I love that artwork, or like, ooh, I really don't like that artwork? And do you do the thing where you're like, if you don't like it, you sort of pull it off to the side and like dive into what it's bringing up for you and why you don't like it? I can't tell if that has to, I don't know if that's the candle light or my bedroom. That's my bedroom light. That must be the candle light. That's really interesting. Okay. I'm like, what is this one? Okay, so we've got mentor, coach, and then artisan, craftsmanship. They're also super, super easy to shuffle. I'm like, I don't usually bridge shuffle or like, yeah, ruffle shuffle my oracle cards, but yeah, these are so thin that they're super easy to riffle shuffle. Okay, let's do one. Okay, hunter tracking. All right. So our guidebook is all in alphabetical order. We love it when it's in alphabetical order. That's awesome. There it is. All right, so our message here is the best hunters know that certain skills are required for a successful hunt, and the more they are practiced, the better the hunt. The hunter must learn everything they can about the animal they hunt, including habitat, preferred foods, and annual migration patterns. They must know how to scout ahead before proceeding and be as quiet as possible. After their mission, they will evaluate what worked and what didn't. Many of the same principles apply to hunting for plants. Whether animal or vegetable, there is a relationship between the hunter and the hunted. The culture and mindset of indigenous hunters is that they are tracking a relative, a sister, or brother, and that they need to proceed respectfully and honorably. Acknowledging this deep and intimate relationship becomes necessary to sustain the spiritual congruency that this living being, plant or animal, is cooperating and collaborating as an equal expression of the consciousness itself. The hunted is not a victim, but instead connected to the hunter in ways that far surpass the simple act of hunting and being hunted. This way of looking at things is foreign to much of the Western world. Once you're clear on the object of your pursuit, organize your thoughts, feelings, and actions so that they support your goal. Be clear on your intention and learn as much as you can about the target of your quest. In doing so, you are establishing a relationship with that which is being sought. As you then can proceed to follow the trail using all of your knowledge and your senses, staying alert and paying attention to signs and omens along the way. Periodically stop, be still, and listen with eyes, ears, and bodily cues. Following the course, you might hit a few obstacles, but with clear intentions, courage, and trust in the Great Spirit, you will succeed. While the original purpose of the hunt may shift and the goal itself may change, you still have to trust that life knows what it's doing and the higher power will get you through any periods of doubt and uncertainty. I'm like it. I like that message a lot, actually. That gave me a new perspective on hunting a little bit. Cool. I'm excited for this, and I like that it has a big guidebook, and I like that, yeah, I'm excited for this. Alright, that's not a super long video, but I like to keep these shorter, especially when I'm just doing like a first time impression. If you want to have like follow-up videos on any of my unboxings of how I like working with them or how I've integrated them into my practice, please let me know and I will definitely do a video on that. Or if you want like similar decks or pairings or matchups or like how I would apply this with something else, please let me know and I will definitely make that happen for you. So let me know. Are you picking up this deck? Do you have another Ancestor deck that you love? Is there something that you think would accompany with this beautifully? Let me know. Anyways, that is everything, and I will talk to you later. Bye.